everybody, so Taylor here with another Taste of the Season video where we help you learn how to take ingredients from the garden or in-season produce you can find at the farmer's market and use it not only in the kitchen but preserve it for the months to come. So if you like what you see here today, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because there's lots more to come. The season is just getting started. So today, since most of us are planting our garden and we're just waiting for things to come to fruition, I thought it would be cool to focus on something you can utilize right now, which is herbs. So right now I have a mint plant here. There's a variety of herbs you could be using, but today I'm going to show you what we could do with mint in the kitchen, but first how to harvest it. So when mint starts getting tall, you will see that it tends to go to flower, and that's what we want to avoid. So I have my mint plant here, and I'm just going to pop the tops off so that it doesn't go to flower and it continues to produce and become more full throughout the season. Okay, so now if, let's say you've already done this and next week I need some more mint for maybe my drinks or a recipe, you can still harvest your mint plant. You can choose the leaves from the top if you wanted to, or you could cut some of these extra ones off on the sides and it'll just continue to produce. So mint's one of those herbs that is pretty invasive. So when you plant it, I chose a container by itself, but if maybe you don't have a container you want it in, make sure it's in an area where it can grow to its full potential, because otherwise it'll tend to take over some of the other things that you plant around it too closely. So there's a little bit of how to harvest it. So now let's take some of our mint to the kitchen and see what we can do with it. All right, so now we're in the kitchen and we're gonna see what exactly we're gonna do with the mint today. There's a ton of different options, but I thought because everything has been so hot lately, it would be fun to make a smoothie and talk about the different elements that I like to incorporate in my smoothie to make it more filling and satisfying. So what I did when I got into the house is I took those mint sprigs and washed them, and I took about 10 to 15 leaves you can see here. Okay, and that's gonna be what we use in the smoothie today. So I've got those, and next I always incorporate a source of fiber in my smoothies. So today in the fridge I had some strawberries, so I've got about a cup here. Ideally I would have liked to freeze these, but they were in the fridge already, so I didn't have time to do that today. All that would have done is made the smoothie a little bit thicker. So if by chance you do use fresh anything and you want your smoothie to be a little bit more of a heavier consistency, you can always add ice. So we've got our strawberries, but then also I have some frozen spinach. So both of these together, right, I've got my veggie and fruit. They're really high in fiber, a lot of other vitamins and minerals, but for a little bit of an extra boost, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. You can see this is ground. So there's actually a little bit of a trick to flaxseed. Some people just buy whole flaxseed, but you actually have to make sure that you're choosing to use ground. So I buy the flaxseed meal or the ground flaxseed that's already done for me, but if you don't have this, you can easily grind it up yourself. Just as your first step, you'd put your tablespoon in here, make sure that it's ground up so that your gut is able to digest it, and then proceed with the recipe. But it's nice and easy to buy the meal or the ground flaxseed so you can just dump it right in. So those elements are my fiber for this smoothie. But you also want to make sure you're incorporating a healthy fat. So there is a little bit of healthy fat in the flaxseed, but I'm also going to use some almond milk, vanilla flavor, the unsweetened variety, and I'm going to use a cup of that. It has a little bit of my healthy fat, but it also provides as the liquid for this smoothie. So then the last element, we've got fiber, we've got healthy fat, now we also need a protein source. So I'm gonna use 000 yogurt, the strawberry variety, to not only make my smoothie a little bit creamier because of the Greek yogurt, but also provide as that protein source. So we've got those 3 key elements. And then last but not least, I need a sweetener for this smoothie. So I chose to use 1 tablespoon of honey, raw honey from our farm here, which is nice because it has a lot of those allergy fighting components, but then it also is anti-inflammatory, which is great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw these all in the blender and then I will have my strawberry mint smoothie. Right? smoothie recipe using fresh mint from the garden, and now you know all of the elements to utilize when you're making a smoothie to help keep you feeling full longer. Have a great day, guys, and don't forget to subscribe.